Today we gonna be looking at 2D platformer movement in Godot. We gonna be making this cute cat platformer game, all because I love cats. But first let's understand the process for making this. First we gonna adding our sprite, and then we gonna be moving our character from left to right, and then we gonna be making our player to jump, and at last animation. And now let's understand the process. For moving our character we gonna using kinematic 2D component, which is a physics node. With the help of this we can control character and also we can control gravity. Now let's begin. Create a new project. Select your suitable directory. In that directory, create a new folder. And give it your project name. Just hit create. Done, it's open in just 10 seconds. Now switch it to 2D view, because we are making a 2D platformer game. Select 2D node for using only 2D nodes. Now here in the project panel under the res / create, a new folder name is art. Download this sprite from the description. Just drag this sprite to this art directory. Now drag cat sprite to the scene. As you should see it is get blurred. To fix this, select your sprite from the project. Go to the import panel, select preset 2D pixel. Click re-import. Now delete our sprite from the scene view. Now add a child node of node 2D, search for sprite. Now in sprite texture drag our cat sprite into that. Now here come human brain. Count how many sprite are there in horizontal and vertical. Let's count. So it is 8 in horizontal, and 10 in vertical. Now add this number into animation setting of sprite. From E means horizontal frame means vertical frame. Let's add those number respectively in this given area. Now as you should see it get chopped. Nice. Now just for checking purpose, increase frame, and if her tail swings it means you are all done. You can move to the next step. Movement. Now it's movement time baby. But first let's rename this node 2D to player prototype. Now hit Ctrl S to save this scene. Make a new folder called as assets. And all of our assets such as art, scripts, prefab, material will be added here. Now create another folder in assets. TSCN. And save this player prototype in that directory. Now add a child node of node prototype. For moving I am using kinematic body 2D, very handy Godot physics. Make sure all of our stuffs will be child of kinematic 2D. It giving us an error saying it need a collider. Add another child of node. A collision shape 2D. Now in shape of collision 2D. Capsule 2D. Now all done, just position it. Now rename kinematic 2D as player, just to stay organized. Click on kinematic 2D. Now add a script in the script section of it. Create a new folder in assets name as GD scripts, so all of our scripts will be stored here. Now create script. Remove all lines but don't remove extends kinematic body 2D, because we using this for our movement. Create a var, means variable. Give it a name. Speed. Type of float. Let's add the value 150. Let's make it export var. When you do export we can change this parameter speed from outside. also that cool. Add hashtag and write variable. These are called comments. Comments won't be readable in the scripts. Add a function on physics delta. What physics delta is? We are using kinematic body 2D, which is a physics node, so that's why to movement that we add physics 2D. Simple and easy. Now let's understand this thing. Inputs. Inputs are keys such as W, A, S, D. These are the standard keys which is used in games. But in game development it is called as input. So platformer game work with only two keys, A, D, respectively. Now let's understand what happen if we press these keys. If we press D, which is right key, the movement will be in +1, and if we press A, which is left key, the movement will be in -1A, and same goes to on up and down keys. If we press up key, which is W, then the movement will be +1, and if we press down key, which is S, then the movement will be -1. So you get the idea of how keys work. Now let's do some movement. In Godot we can add our own inputs such as W, A, S, D, and giving them their own name. Go to project setting /input map, in action area right. Overnight click on add, and same as add move left. Now as you should say it get added in down area. Let's just click on that plus icon. Now let's add the keys. For right key will be D. And for left key it would be A. Now input done. Let's add input maps to game. In physics process delta, right if input is action pressed, it means we are pressing keys. Just give the input name which we had created, add colon, and for now let's print this out. Print moving right. Now click Shift Tab to move back. And now do same for left. Just hit play, select current. Now if we are pressing these W and D, it's showing us the perfect input. Now let's do some camera movement. Add a node camera 2D of, make sure it is not parented to player. Now play the game to check. And it not showing again. To fix that, select mark as current camera, and now if we play the game, we can see cat, but it too far. Let's fix this real quick. Change the zoom to less amount. Now good job. Now let's add some real movement. Let's create a new var called as move type of vector2. Vector means x and y axis movement, so as you know our character will be move in x axis, and for jump it would be y axis. So if we move right then it would be positive x, and we move left it would be negative x, and if we are not moving then it would be 0. Move x equals 0. Now if we move right, let's say, move x plus equals speed variable. It means we are declaring the speed. Now for left it sure will be negative speed. That's simple. Now if we play the game, it not moving again, so to move that, we gonna add a single line of statements, which is move and slide. Declared our move and vector 2.up. Now all done as you should see, we are moving right, left and right. Now let's add the jump movement. To adding that we need gravity. For gravity we gonna make another variable, var gravity type of float equals 400. Now let's add move y plus equals gravity delta move.y plus and equal to gravity, and gravity will be multiplied dot delta means apply gravity in every frame. That's simple. Now if we play the game, we gonna see this. Yeah, it's falling it. Okay, we need to add a ground object. Now first let's add the camera 2D to the sprite. Select camera, turn on smoothing for smooth camera follow. Create a new scene, 2D node, rename it level 1. Now add our child object as player prototype. Now let's add the ground texture and place it in the scene. Now let's do some scaling so then we can see the game. It falls because there is no collision at a static 2D. Add a child node in our player kinematic. Static node 2D. And underneath, add our ground object. In collision. And underneath add the collision 2D, give it a square. Now the ground is done, let's add the jump function. Create a new variable, make it export, give it the value of jump force. So create a new input system for jump, which is space key. Let's do that. Once you create and added the key, now to implement that key to the game, let's create the function. If input is action, just pressed it, mean if we press the button down, then the function will be apply. Give the jump variable move y equals jump force. As you know, gravity going down, and if we jump we need to surpass gravity, that's why we did negative, which is Now the next step the animation, but before that let's do the flip function. Click on the player icon, and now you can edit the player, as you should see. If I just flip the sprite it gonna flip H to left, so for left action we gonna be flip into true, and for right we gonna be doing flip H to false. Adding this $sign you can get the child components such as the sprite, the collision, etc. Now let's flip. X equals true because we are moving left. Now it's flipping. Let's add the animation player component of the child of player. Add a new animation idle in the animation player. Now if we move the frame, then the animation will be played. Now let's add the track, property track. Add a sprite track. Add the frame. Now let's just click on that key icon to play animation. Set the animation to loop. Let's control the animation length by the length value. Now create all of the animation, such as walk. Now here also come maths, just count the number of column and multiply by rows.